Hello friends, myself Smita, and today we will learn TDS at source, that is tax deducted at source in TallyPrime. This is our part 3 on TDS. In this session, we will learn TDS on advertisement. TDS payment, nature of payment will be advertisement. What are the rules? Under which section this advertisement expenses get deducted, what are the TDS rates and payment in excess of how much rupees, that we will learn, and we will take one example. So let's start with TDS in prime with advertisement expenses. See, the TDS on advertisement, the section is 194C. Nature of payment will be contractor including advertisement and subcontractors. Now the rate of TDS will be different for individual HUF and other pays. If the payee or deductee is individual or HUF, in that case we will deduct 1%. Other than these two, if the payee is, for example, government body or association of person, or it is limited company, unlimited company, public limited company, mm, partnership firm, LLP, or so any type of payee other than individual HF, the percentage of TDS will be 2% on advertisement or other subcontracts. And payment in excess of rupees. Here, if a single voucher is of 30,000 rupees, then this TDS will get deducted. If the voucher is less than that of 30,000, it will not deduct the TDS in that particular voucher. But it is given that 1 lakh rupees is the amount which is given per annum. If that 1 lakh exceeds within 1 year, any day, in that case, TDS will get deducted for that particular voucher as well as for the previous voucher also. So this is what advertisement contract is. Now, in this session, we will learn the advertisement TDS to be deducted for advertisement expenses, and we will learn the advance payment treatment. Means we are the deductor, we will pay amount in advance to our creditor or to the payee, and then that payee will raise the bill in next day or some other than the day on which we have given this advance payment, and then we will receive the invoice, we will create a journal voucher, and the procedure will go ahead. So here is the example. On 1st of Jan 23, paid rupees 90,000 advance to Messrs. Sri Advertising Agency. So we paid advance to Messrs. Sri Advertising Agency. Advertising contract was signed for rupees 2 lakh. So out of 2 lakh, we paid 90,000 as advance. And here the information is given, that is GST number of the party is given, and the party type or the payee type is HUF. That person is having his own business, his own family business, that is Hindu undivided family business of Indian resident. Okay, so on 1st of Jan, we paid 90,000 as an advance to Messrs. Shri Advertising Agency, and the whole contract was signed for 2 lakh rupees. And the second transaction is on 31st of Jan, Messrs. Shri Advertising Agency issued a bill. The bill is of 2 lakh rupees, which was issued on 31st of Jan. See, in the previous session, we have learned the time of TDS to be deducted. The rule says that either of the date, whichever is earlier, which one, either advance given to the party or the party gets credited. So either of the dates, that date will be considered as TDS to be for deduction. So in this case, we paid advance. So that date we will pay. We will adjust the TDS for the amount paid as an advance. So let's start with this problem solution. So TDS deducted at source in TallyPrime. So create masters. First we will create the creditors ledger in which we will provide the PAN details of the creditor and GST details also. But important is the PAN number of the creditor, and that is provided in the example. So we will create the ledger measures advertising agency. So this is our company. This is our company, Alpha Suppliers Private Limited, and we will create the creditors ledger first. So we are on main screen, that is gateway of Tally. In masters, we are creating the creditors ledger. So select create, go to ledgers. Name of the company is Meshas Shri Advertising Agency. This is our creditor. Okay. Maintain balance bill by bill. So we need to maintain all the bills and their balances with a proper billing number and all. Yes. Then inventory values will not get affected. Now here you have to give the statutory details. In that we will provide TDS deductible. Yes. For this creditor we will deduct the TDS. So press Y. Now deduct type. What type of deduct it is? It is given in the question that this person is HUF. So HUF resident. So we will select the deductee type as individual HUF resident. This is the option available. So select that one. Deduct TDS in same voucher. Yes, we want to deduct the TDS in the same voucher. Yes. Rest of the things, please provide the mailing details, name, address, state. State is important, Maharashtra. Pin code, provide all the details. Now PAN number is important. What is a PAN number? AALPG. It is given in this part. 7411Q1. 7411Q. So, Q. So this is the PAN number, and we have the GST details also. It is from this company is from Maharashtra. And 1Z8. 1Z8. So we have provided important all the important details regarding tax registration. So we have completed with the creation of first master. Now we will create the TDS nature of payment. So TDS nature of payment will be contractor including advertisement and subcontractors, and payment section, payment code, everything we will provide as per the rules under section 194C. So let's create the nature of TDS. So it will be created through statutory masters. Go to TDS nature of payment. Name of the nature will be contractor including advertising and subcontractor. Contractor including advertising and subcontractor. Section is 194C. So payment code will be remove one, rest of the alphanumeric combination is the payment code. Remittance code is not available. Value limit for a single bill. For a single bill, value limit is given 30,000, and Now the rate for individual HUF is given as 1% and others 2%. So it is 1% for rate for individual HUF, and if PAN is not provided, straight away 20%. Rate other than deductee type, other than the individual and HUF, it is 2%. Without PAN, 20%, and threshold limit is given as 1 lakh per annum. So provide 1 lakh rupees as a threshold limit, exemption limit. So we have created the second master also, that is TDS nature of payment. Now we will create TDS on advertising. This is the tax ledger, so it will come under duties and taxes, and select the required details related to TDS. So create TDS on advertising. Press escape. Now we will create a ledger. So come in accounting masters part, select ledger TDS on advertising. So it is under duties and taxes. Enter. The type of tax or duty will be TDS, and we have already created the nature of payment. This one, contractor including advertising and subcontractors. So provide required details. The next one, fourth master, create advertising expense. This will be under indirect expense, and enable TDS calculation, select the TDS nature of payment. So create advertising expense ledger. TDS, create advertising expense ledger account. So this is indirect expense. Inventory values will not get affected. If you want to provide GST, enable GST and or add all the GST ledgers also. But at present, we are focusing more on TDS, so I'm not applying GST. We have already covered this part as a GST as well as TDS in a single invoice in earlier session. So you can go through that session for applying GST on on this indirect expense with TDS. So at present, I'm making it not applicable. Is TDS applicable? Yes, it is applicable. Nature of payment will be again this advertising contractor, and is included in accessible value for calculation, for it is not applicable. So this is how we have created all the four masters. Now the next step is enter the transaction. Now we will enter the transaction. First transaction was advance given to creditor. We paid 90,000 to Mesher Shri Advertising Agency on 1st of Jan. So we will enter the transaction of payment as we have made payment first. So go to voucher. This is payment voucher. You can either have a single entry system or double entry system. So okay, now it is single entry system available on my screen. Date is 1st of Jan. Account is Axis Bank. Wait a minute, I don't have a balance in this. I will just increase the balance here. It is showing red in color. So it's okay. So Axis Bank. Now see, our entry will be in this way. I will just show you on the blank screen. As we are paying to the party, so it will first will be measures, that is party ledger, party account debit. Then we will deduct the TDS. So TDS on advertisement account debit to bank account, to bank. In this way, we will address the entry, but this will be the entry provided. Sorry, this will go to credit side as we are not paying TDS at present. to TDS on advertisement expense. So party ledger will get debited with 90,000. TDS will be how much, and actual amount paid to the party will be how much. See, our party is HUF, and HUF has the TDS rate of 1% for such type of expenses. So on 90,000, TDS rate will be 90,000. Start with equals to, select that 90,000 into 1%. As the PAN number is available, we will deduct 1%. So amount of TDS will be 900, and the rest of the amount will be paid to the party. So it will be 90,000 minus 900. So 89,100 we will pay to the party. And this we will do, this transaction should get entered automatically, means this TDS amount should appear automatically on your screen. So let's start entering this in Tally. As we are in the single entry system, we have already provided Axis Bank ledger. So it is the credit part of the ledger. Now we will select the party name, that is Measures Advertising Agency, 90,000, and this is the advance. So select the advance part, advance. Suppose this is advance 01, enter, enter, enter. Now TDS on advertising. So this should get credited. So just look what happens over here. See, I have just entered and it has shown minus 900, 900 in minus sign. It means automatically this amount shifted to credit part. If you want to check the actual entry, just change the mode, Control H, press Control H to change into double entry mode. See, debit, just a minute, press enter first, and then we will convert this entry into double entry system. First accept the same, first save the same. Now go to daybook or display more reports, accounts, ledger, measures, advertising, Shri advertising agency, and now we will convert this into the double entry mode. See, the entry we have on this whiteboard is party account debit 90,000 to TDS on advertisement 900 to bank 89,100. The same entry is available over here. Measures, that is party ledger, measures Shri advertising agency 90,000 to credit TDS on advertising 900 to Axis Bank. So either you can have the entry in single entry mode or double entry mode. This should look like in this way only. The TDS should get deducted at the time of paying advance payment. And why it is getting deducted? Because in a single first, or in a single voice invoice value or single entry value, the minimum value is 30,000 and the amount is actual we are paying 90,000. See, just check the criteria. Per payment 30,000, if the amount is getting crossed 30,000 or above, it will deduct the TDS. So this is what the advanced entry of TDS in Tally. So just press Ctrl A. Now the next part. We have created all the ledgers. We have entered the transaction, first transaction advance given to the creditor. Next is invoice raised by the party. On 31st Jan, in Shri advertising agency raised invoice. So this is our purchase invoice, or we can enter this through journal voucher. So let's go to voucher, turn this to journal voucher by pressing F7, change the date 31st 1, that is 31st Jan. on 31st Jan we received a purchase or invoice from the party. So we will enter it in journal voucher measures. Sorry, this will be advertising expense account debit, total amounting to rupees 2 lakh rupees. Enter. Credit will go to measures advertising agency. Now, as we have paid advance payment, just we as soon as we select that particular party ledger, the second screen will appear asking us about whether to adjust the advance TDS payment in this entry or not. Yes, we need to adjust. So press Y from the keyboard and press enter. Now, after pressing yes, it will go to third screen where we have to provide the TDS nature of payment details. First of all, we will adjust the TDS for the amount given advance. So first we will use against reference. Be very careful while selecting the options available, methods of adjustment. First we will adjust the advance payment. So select adjust against reference and just select the reference number. This is auto generated reference number. Though we have given the reference as advance 01, at this screen it provides the payment voucher number which is generated by Tally. So it is as it is, accept whatever the screen comes as an advance tax bill. Press enter. So we have selected the name in which we have it is given that income tax at the rate of 1% for HUF. Surcharge, there is no surcharge, no education says, secondary education says is not available. So it is just 1%. And the nature of payment is contractor, including advertising and subcontractors. So accessible value is 90,000. Tax payable amount is 90,000. Credit. Press enter. Now rest of the amount means out of 2 lakh 90,000 getting adjusted against the advance payment, and now we will have the new reference. Enter. Here also don't give the reference number, it will generate automatically. Enter. Now we have to select the nature of payment. Always press spacebar and select the option. As this is the advertising contracts nature, it will show only one single nature which is related to this transaction. Enter and then press enter key means end of the list. As 90,000 credit, and for this particular entry 1,08,900 after adjusting TDS has been adjusted. See, total amount is 2 lakh, but after adjusting the TDS payment, the money payable to the party is 1,98,900. So press enter. Again, the next screen will come where we have to provide the bill wise details for this transaction and as well as the transaction which was entered earlier. So first of all, we will select the against reference. It was advance 01, which is 90,000, and then we will create a new reference. Now here we will give the name to this invoice created by the party. So it is Shri 01, or we can say 100. The invoice number was Shri 100. It is 1,08,900. Enter, enter. To it will go to TDS on advertising. So total amount of TDS will get deducted as 1,100 for this entry, now except 90,000. So this is how we have entered the invoice raised by the party. I have given the screenshot of both the screens, that is JV and as well as the TDS nature of payments. And here press OK. We'll go to the next part. Now check TDS report. How to check the TDS report? Go to display more reports, statutory reports, TDS reports, and in that press for select form 26Q. See, deduction at normal rate. As we have provided we in the sense the payee has provided the PAN number, so we have the details of that particular company or the deductee in this list. So here is the Mishashri Advertising Agency, 2 lakh amounted to rupees 2 lakh rupees is a taxable value. 1% is charged, 900 in the advance payment and 1100 in the invoice. Total 2000 was charged as a tax to be deducted. So 2000 is the amount of TDS. So press escape. Now, so this is what the screen is. Suppose we want to pay the amount. What we used to do, we just press, we open this 26Q and press statutory payment, alt S, and start paying to the government. Start entering the entry for paying amount to the government. But suppose we have not paid this amount. What then? Then what? We can check the amount which is outstanding. How to check? Just press escape, and below this we have TDS outstanding. The TDS payment which we have just deducted but not yet paid or submitted or deposited to the bank for or the government are listed over here. So just select the TDS outstanding. See, only one transaction is related to advertising expenses. The TDS deducted for that transaction we have just deducted from the pay from the deductive, but we have not deposited to the bank or not submitted to the government. It is reflecting over here. If you press enter, it will show the details of payment made, TDS deducted in advance payment and TDS deducted in the invoice. So just press escape. Suppose we will pay this TDS, then what? Go to form 26Q and press alt S. It is TDS from 1st of Jan to 31st of Jan. 31st of Jan, deducted till date 31st of Jan. Select the section, contractor, enter, Axis Bank. So this is the automated entry where it enters the amount paid to the government. Actually, what we have to do, we have to pay the amount to the government by either in the bank or online. But in Tally, we can enter the same with by pressing Alt S in the when we are in the 26Q form. So just press enter, provide the details, and if the details we don't have at present or we have not entered the details while entering the voucher, no problem. See, it is showing uncertain transaction because we need to reconcile the challan. See, here is the challan that needs to be reconciled. Either you can open it from here or press escape. In the TDS report part, we have the challan reconciliation option. You can open this also, and the challans which are not yet reconciled get listed over here. Provide the necessary details so that the challan will get reconciled. How to reconcile? Press Alt R to reconcile this challan. So it will allow you to make changes in the reconciliation. So check number was check dated 31st of Jan. BSR code. This is 7-digit number, numerical number. Challan number is anything. Any number you can put at present. 31st one. Bank name is Axis Bank. Enter. Enter. See, now it has gone. Challan has been reconciled. Again, go to 26Q. See, we have paid this 2000 rupees. So, in the paid part, we have the list of the TDS nature, those we have paid to the government. So in that we have this contractor including advertising and subcontractor. Okay, so this is how we used to pay to the government. Now, after paying this amount to the government, what we have to do? We have to collect the TDS certificate, TDS deduction certificate. How to find out that? How to get printout of that TDS certificate? Just open that particular entry either through daybook or accounts book, ledger, advertisement expenses, TDS, sorry, measures TDS on advertising. This is the payment to the government. Open that particular entry and press Alt P, select the current, and here check the preview by pressing I. This is the TDS report, TDS certificate that we can provide to Messrs. Shri Advertising Agency, as we have deducted this 2000 by through this TDS certificate. Messrs. Shri Advertising Agency can ask IT department for refund of rupees 2000. So we have checked TDS report. We have also gone through TDS outstanding report. Then we made payment to the government through Form 26Q and reconciled the same. So this is how the advertising nature of payment is adjusted in TDS. And in this session, we have also learned the advance payment, how to adjust TDS in advance payment. And then after paying the advance, whenever the bill comes, how to adjust that advance paid in that entry along with the TDS also. So this is very important. Go through the whole session. Also, I have provided the screenshot. Match your entries with this screenshot so that you can have the correct 26Q form. So we'll stop over here. Thank you for the day. Thank you.